I'm traveling on the Staten Island ferry from Manhattan to the borough where Eric Garner was killed with an illegal chokehold this past summer. As a writer and reporter, one of the most difficult things I've done is travel to different parts of America to visit the scene of a crime where someone has been killed in a civil rights-oriented story. And this is even more difficult this time when the scene of the crime is not considered the scene of a crime, because the person who used the illegal chokehold on Eric Garner is not going to be facing criminal charges for that. Why did the police have the right to be judge, jury, and executioner without facing trial themselves?
History always repeats itself, man. To me, that's what I feel, man. Everybody's yelling out, you know, justice, peace, and all that shit, but they don't interact with each other. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the peace, justice. You know what I mean? And it have to be some type of bloodshed. That's what I feel. You know what I mean? Because nobody's going, peace? The fuck is peace, man? People got to feel the fucking pain. If they're not feeling the pain like you feeling, how they going to relate to your shit?
Back in Manhattan to New York's Foley Square, which is lined with courthouses. It is here where people are seeking to express their anger about the lack of justice for Eric Garner. There's a much larger police contingent than there was at last night's protest, and a number of helicopters flying overhead. Eric Garner was the father of, I believe, 6 children. Mike Brown was a young man himself, a teenager. What do you think the children who are coming up now need to know to be able to make things different?
Anything that's this important. She needs to know that she can change it. She's a small voice, but once we all unite, it can change.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
The people who are chanting, "I can't breathe," and the people who are holding their hands up don't just have black hands. They have white hands and Asian hands and hands from all different places of the globe. And it's really a very different thing than you saw during Occupy Wall Street. It's an incredibly diverse crowd here who have lots of different people who feel marginalized, who are outraged by this injustice coming together at this place. We're outside of New York City Hall, where the protests are starting to move again. It's incredibly cold here, but that doesn't seem to dampen the spirits of the protesters who are gathered. This is only the second night of what's going to have to be a long effort that's going to have to go deep into the winter. The injustices that brought us to this point weren't created quickly, and they're not going to be ended quickly. But the protesters here seem to have the energy to make a sustained movement out of it.
I'm here today because young black men are dying at an disproportionately high rate.